of Master Snazzy.
They're so nice.
I don't think Snazzy is Web3 or crypto either.
I mean, there's Sazzy, so there's
They're
that.
skibbity, okay?
That's a totally different. That's something totally
They're
different.
non-skibbity. You got the
Every
W.
every one of those words has been minted as an ENS name, so they are absolutely Web3.
Either
Like
way,
100% aura, man.
I might go play golf in the buff, except those shoes because they're so dope.
Dude, I'd walk around with those shoes without playing golf.
Yeah, the problem is they're spiked. They're
Yep, I know.
actually yeah. But I never really win stuff like that. I win physical competitions and competing, but I'm not like one to win stuff. I can point to certain people who win around us all the time, like natural winners. EK comes to mind. Existence wins a lot. Actually, he's won beasts and all sorts of things. I almost
I
passed
feel
out
like
60
Peepaw.
people.
I feel
Peepa
like
wins
Peepaw's
a
the winner.
ton. I know. I'm like, some people just win. I couldn't believe it. I got to grind for my W's.
It's a different kind of win. It feels better because there aren't so many of them. Uh, but okay. So we are on a to be determined for next week's Meta Beast rowing party. Um, or at least the performer, the hour one performer, because we know we got Make, and we
So
could have Make for 2 hours.
which I would really like to do. I'm in the mood, but I'm hoping Neon Pulley gets a shot. I'm hoping Minotaur will come hang out and we can get down together.
Like he'll come down like IRL, and you two can like vibe on the same decks. No,
Yo, so he has the craziest instruments. That guy, you know, Minotaur and the Tribe Fam are always full of surprises. But one of his instruments are called a linstrument, which is made by someone like somebody who made the original one of the original beat machines, like little finger drummers and stuff. And so we were making some crazy stuff. Wow. It got punk rock, I'm not gonna lie, but hopefully we could get our shit together. And in fact, next Thursday we are actually playing a IRL show together. So we're making stuff out here.
from the metaverse to real life shows. I fucking love this.
I'm still struggling to accept that Crypto Minotaur isn't either Italian or German, because that whole like quadrant of people is Italian or German. He's got to be Italian or German.
He's live from somewhere. He's still non-doxed ish. We got him in sunglasses and a hat. He's still mysterious, man of mystery, very
He
handsome,
he
hell of a
is
guy.
real. He is
Ha-
real. I
Yeah,
can
but
He
say
is.
that.
Italians
I
and Germans don't go to Colorado, so immediately he can't be one of those things. So far
I would
for
say
them.
he is an anomaly. He is a surprise, and I really honestly was like, "Oh, you're not really a minotaur." You know, in your head, you're like, I mean, it's not that I thought he was, but it was like he really, yeah, like he stuck. Like I don't know. It was like, wow, you're a real person. I don't know. It's like if I ever meet Mean Green Doge and realize like he's not a dog, I'm gonna be like, dang, like my,
Or a
I'm
green dog,
disappointed.
nonetheless.
Yeah, like you better be green and have ears. You know,
I
when I
always
meet
thought he
him,
was
but
a Ghostbuster. He was Slimer.
I know he is. But like, okay, you're not. The kids don't understand what it was like to get the ecto cooler in your lunch and like drink that green glowing stuff, right?
So yeah, I agree that if Sponge Daddy isn't either a giant sponge or a green dog, I will also be disappointed. But we do need to refer to him by his new chosen name of Sponge Daddy. So
Yeah, Sponge Daddy. Oh hell, Sponge Daddy. And Canessa, are you saying that you used to drink freaking the the stuff that's on the inside of the cooling of the cool packs?
Radiator coolant.
Antifreeze.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
antifreeze that they put inside fucking for like your boo-boos, the ice packs that you put in the
yeah. No, I guess that's yeah. They I don't think they put antifreeze in there, but I just remember Ecto coolers were just like you were a fucking winner if a baller if you got that packed in your lunch with like a little like a Swiss cake roll little Debbie
Yeah,
treat.
I was
You
gonna
were
say you
like
have them next to your Dunkaroos, your Ectoplasm. Your,
yeah,
well,
yeah. And they wonder why we have problems, But I'm
I,
sure
I
there was
I know why I
cures
have
for that.
ADD.
who remembers purple and green ketchup?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I just wonder why it never took off.
Oh my God. I don't know, the ketchup, like I knew it tasted like ketchup, but like just looking at it, it just felt like it would taste green or purple.
Fried green tomatoes. I got one other thing that is coming together pretty nicely for those who will be in New York City for NFT New York. It is looking highly probable. I would almost love to say likely that the MetaBeast rowing party will be live technically the day before NFT New York starts on that Tuesday, the 24th of June. So if you're around New York City, tap in and we gonna get live.
Woot woot. Uh, yes, really cool that you could you're trying to put something together IRL for one of the, or like, to kick off these big staple events. Who knows, maybe some of our friends that will be flying into town like the night before um NFT and NYC kicks off, like we'll pop in. I believe, like in our conversations, the venue that you've secured, it's a pretty nice one as well.
It is a small but really fun venue. In my yesteryear, I have partied quite hard in it. I've made contact with the owner. We're just kind of mulling about. I've got a couple people who are in the New York area that I've done events with who are gonna do some sets, and we're gonna play some music and hopefully stream it back into the metaverse so everybody could be there. But we're out here trying. And we're gonna break some ground on the future.
Yes, sir. And I want to say good afternoon, good evening to Kairos. I just saw Kairos pop in on the Central Land, so good to see you, my friend. Um, and let's see, looking around. Kunta, welcome. Odd Job, welcome. Thank you so much for popping in today. Um, we have Bitcoin, Vita, welcome, welcome. And I think that is all our new listeners. Bitsky is in the house as well. Good to see you, my friend. I have to say, Saturday afternoons are my favorite because I get to spend it with all of you. What's your favorite day of the week, Vanessa?
Oh, this is a pretty good one. It is awesome to see people, like stepping out of their comfort zone and learning new shit. And it just seems like this year, just seems like since, I don't know, like February, just a lot of us have been doing some really amazing stuff. So I think, I think it's a sign of the times. And I think like, I don't know, it's a crazy, we live in a crazy market, crypto Twitter is insane. The crypto realm is insane, but there's so much being built that I think we aren't even, unless you step out of your own bubble, like which I, you know, don't. I love Decentraland, like that's my project. But going to ETH Denver and like seeing all of these other things being built on the ETH blockchain, or just, I mean, yeah, like across the world, not just on the ETH blockchain, but there's so much being done in Web3. So I think being aware of like just all the other projects that you can be into. I like for me, like Pudgy Penguins, just It's some crazy stuff. Seeing what they're like, seeing how they're working with their IP, and then thinking like, okay, how could like a Kid Called Beast do something with the IP, or any project? It's insane. Like there's a website you can go to and just register your IP, and then like you could be chosen. Like there was a YouTube casting call where you could just go and like do a casting call with your IP. It's like I never could have done that in Web 2. So I think Kid Called Beast should get on that eventually. Like there's maybe it's just we're a little bit smaller in the Beast community, but we should definitely get there. There was another one where you could apply to be on a pack of gibbets. And so I could see that, like somebody making some beast gibbets and putting a call out there for like
Sorry,
kings,
what
beasts
is
to
a
be on there.
gibbets?
You don't know what a gibbet is?
No, at first I thought you said giblets, and I was like, that's weird. I don't want my beast on that. But
No, that means you're cool. If you don't know what a gibbet is, you're cool. A gibbet. Okay, some people might kill me, but a gibbet is the little plastic thing that you decorate your Crocs with, which Crocs are pretty much some of the worst footwear ever. And I know, but they're comfortable, guys. They're comfortable. Um, yeah, they're very cool with the kid community. So
no, I feel like
yeah.
Crocs are in a weird place where like there is a minority of people who think they're not cool, but I think they've had like a. I do think there are people who think Crocs are cool. So
You haven't lived until
Oh
you've
yeah.
worn your Crocs on sports mode.
Oh, trust me, I have people who are like, Mom, hold on, I gotta switch to sports mode. And like I'm like, guys,
I have people who are
which
like, and then said, "Mom, that's hilarious." I was like, I wonder who she's talking about.
I wonder who.
did I just dox myself? Oh my god, I doxed my real name. Mom.
Yes, your mom.
Yeah, but anyway, the gibbets, guys. We gotta get on that gibbets. The only Crocs I wanted were the Fortnite Battle Bus Crocs, where you actually have like a loot box on the back of it, and it's got like it's like Battle Bus themed Crocs. I'm smiling. I do want those.
Are they like supposed to be like rare, limited edition Crocs?
I mean, they are. I tried to buy them, and they were like, "No, you have to buy it right from the retailer." I'm like, "Snap!" Like, okay, like they must be kind of cool if you can only buy them right from the Crocs. But like, it's just a matter of time before the IP that we're all into. Like, if it's, I mean, penguins are doing it, but like a Kid Called Beast, if you own that IP, you could go out. There's nothing stopping you right now from going out and like making the right connections to do that shit. Like the next thing that Pudgy Penguins they're doing, they've got to deal with Pez, so there's going to be Penguin Pez dispensers. There's also this other crazy website that's like basically Shopify for Web3. And I got to do some more research on it, but that's where you can go and like create a IRL merch and then list it there, and people can buy it with crypto and have it drop shipped right to them. And I think there's some licensing, like I think they offer support with that because that's through where the gibbets is through. So like I'm just like diving into this whole IP world, and it's just I'm like overwhelmed, and like I'm like, how do you do this? Like somebody has these little squishy penguin things that they're selling there. I'm like, what? Like, I don't know. I'm like, there's, it's just like a whole new world that I want to explore because I think IP is just so cool. Like, imagine just, you throw your IP out there for something and it's just, you're collecting royalties because everybody wants pudgy penguin gibbets for their shoes. Maybe like 2 people want those.
You'd be surprised. But I mean, yeah, there is nothing stopping anyone from taking their Beast IP and making those connections. I guess we just need some very persistent people to get into the right rooms.
I think there's a
What
lot of stuff cooking for the Beast right now that are absolutely incredible, and I can't wait for the next few things to unfold. Toys should be there Toys are so damn close. I'm so excited. That's A. B, you can use your IP. Maybe you can't like jump and register it, but that's one thing the Pudgies have always been ahead of everybody else in. Um, just a reminder, as long as you don't put it on weed or have anything to do with sex, drugs, alcohol, that sort of thing, because they want to kid
Gambling.
friendly. But
Look at my beast and tell me he shouldn't be allowed to sell weed. Do it with a straight face.
I mean, some kids sell weed. They just do it quietly away from their parents.
Hi, everyone.
I did just yell that out the window of the United States
Good.
Postal Service vehicle, which I think is hilarious.
Good morning, Stefano. How are you this morning?
Well, it's actually 7:30 in Italy, but you know,
Yeah, we were
it's
talking
almost.
about the struggle of time zones earlier. So, well, welcome. Good
Yeah,
afternoon, good
thank
evening.
you. Thank you. Well, it's happening. I don't know. I'm figuring out what to cook, and I just thought that I don't have any pasta, and I should make some by my hands. So I'm wondering if I'm having pasta or not, or just tofu, or just I don't know.
That's just so Italian. That's what I, as an ignorant American, just assume Italy is like. Oh, I'm hungry. I don't have any pasta. I just whip that up. Like,
Yeah, I can make it.
I'm jealous because I
Meanwhile,
bet that's delicious.
all of us Americans, our jaw just hit the floor. Like you can make pasta. We thought it came from a box.
You just need flour.
Some dough and flour.
Yes. Well, actually there are a lot of kind of flours that you can make, but you can use, but uh, I don't know. I can't speak anymore. I don't know. Maybe. My gosh. I would like to
Oh,
speak more.
so I mean, welcome to the community building Decentraland X
Thank you.
Space. We host these every Saturday, but so a little bit about Decentraland. Decentraland is a Web3 metaverse platform built on the Ethereum blockchain. It consists of 90,000 parcels of land, and we are some of the degenerates that hang out within that platform and love to build.
Okay.
We have a worldwide community, so like we have a few friends even from Italy as well.
Okay. I am more into Tezos, but pleased to meet you guys.
Very nice to meet you. I wonder if your ears perked whenever I think it was Canessa mentioned the pudgy penguins on Tezos, right? Is that what you mentioned, Canessa?
Oh, not on Tezos. I don't think they've made it there yet.
Oh,
But well,
sadness.
I'm sure some have. I'm sure somebody's made some kind of like fan art, possibly that's over there.
Yeah, but Tezos is a great chain. I mean, early on, whenever I got into like the Web3 space, my friend Rustan down there kind of showed me that Tezos is kind of where the art, like the prominent artist community, hangs out and kind of releases their work. Um, so yeah, sometimes I do like to collect there. Thank you for reminding me that it exists. I need to refill my Tez wallet at some point.
You have to, because now Tezos is very low and you can afford a lot of my pieces for very cheap. So if you want, take a look. You won't regret.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's your first time here, so I mean, I do believe it's fair, like, just to pass the mic over to you and allow you the opportunity to share a little bit about yourself. Yeah, floor is yours.
Well, thank you. Actually, I'm a body paint and photographer artist. Well, at least that's the reason that I'm here on Web3. And yeah, I do photography of my artworks, and sometimes I photo manipulate them, and I create something like derivations that can be just a few insertion of lines, or something more complex like robots and stuff in a special collection called the Cyber Tribal Connection. And basically, my research is on human body and the tribality, so the connection of humanity uh, through the centuries, activated by art. When the first man or first woman started to use paint to modify their body or their environment, not to do something just related to practical stuff, but in a sort of a way, um, they started believing in something spiritual or just mm, decorative. That is my beginning of research. I started body painting 13 years ago, uh, because I wanted to, because there was a friend of mine that wanted to perform as a model, but she had problems on her skin. She had marks from a previous illness, and we decided to cover up them. And we discovered that the most beautiful part of that job was actually painting on the body and talking about what we were exploring with that. So my journey started with that. If you have any questions,
That
I'm here.
that is beautiful. I mean, uh, long career as a body painter. Wow. Like
Yeah,
just I mean, here in Decentraland, we've had like, even I guess we could say one of your industry colleagues like hanging out with us, and he's done some great things. And I mean, if you ever decided to join us, I'm sure you could do great things as well. We have Rustan down there
Rustan.
in
Okay,
the audience.
I saw it. Yeah, I'm seeing him in the listeners. Hi, Rustan. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah,
I saw a lot of
we love
works. Yeah.
him here. He is one of our very good friends. But yeah, he's kind of like, in a way, I don't know, I like to I see him as like
Right.
the example for like the Web3 artist, like of like what can be done with your talents. And
Absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree. Now, the problem, if we can say problem, is to show up what we can do to the people who doesn't know the Web3, because we know that we have possibilities. We know we are capable of creating stability for our art and our jobs and whatever. But if we continue staying close in our circles, it will be difficult for us to emerge somehow. So we need ideas to come out and spread the word to the world.
yep, and I mean that is exactly why, like, here, at least, like, as a community building Decentraland, like we're always encouraging, like, events that that happen first virtually, like bring them out to the real world. Like, for example, we have Make. He started DJing here on the metaverse for us, like maybe a year ago. And to like look at him now, he is setting up real life shows with his friends over in his area, trying to bring eyes to what he does, like in Web3. And so, yeah, there's a few um, things taking place that could help. It's never that like big campaign, because we're only like our individuals. We can go as far as ourselves. We don't have multi-million-dollar budgets, but we do what we can.
And it's amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Anything special that you have coming up that maybe like some of us that are listening could keep an eye out for and show some love and support if we were able to be there?
Well, actually, maybe I can share my one of my last pieces that is representative for my complete journey. It should be this. Thank you. This represents almost what I do by summer because I spend the most of people and paint them and share stories and share what they want to do, what they want to embrace through art, and I think it's beautiful. Like I, I think I will do this for the rest of my life if I can. So it's amazing. I personally know those two guys since 2 years, and uh, I think we did body paint 3 times, and this time they decided to make it together as a couple, and we shared this image to the world.
Incredible, incredible. I just went in there and liked and retweeted. It's with the background that you just gave to us about this image, it's kind of it in a way it brings emotion to me to kind of like see that they're willing to share like an intimate moment like this with the world. So yeah,
Yeah, that's
good
exactly
job.
what they did because we started the body paint, and there was a little bit of embarrassing moments because there was curious people around. They were asking and speaking, and somehow disturbing, but with not aggressively, but they was disturbing the moment. But then we were like. Mm, just when we finished painting, we went a few steps away. We started for the shooting like some pose stuff, but lately we decided to. I decided to let them go and let them speak and kiss and stay, even if the paint could be ruined, you know. But they they were good at this, so they stayed away from me like. 10 meters away, and I could take some pictures like this one.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I'm sorry to um to kind of just do a 90-degree turn here, but I see that VM, you are, I think you're new to the space. VM down there, Vortex. I see that you're a DJ. We're planning on hosting an event next month. Would love for you to join us if you would like to perform on the metaverse. And I hope I didn't just scare you off, but yeah.
Huge shout to VM. She's a real one. Big love, fam.
Oh, you know VM?
I do. We have kicked it more than once. Absolutely a legend.
Hello, VM.
And I see VM has reposted something by Nicola Pera, my favorite self help guru. So awesome. Because I was like, wait, is that my feed? But that's a retweet. So yeah, we gotta hook up.
Yes, yes, most definitely. And any friend of Make is definitely a friend of mine because Make is a great human being. Uh, I'm over here just like, you're a DJ. Do you want to play? So, uh, so at least for our event here, how do we feel the step moving forward, Canessa, would be like kind of go like we've always done, split it down the middle, building and entertainment.
I think anybody, I think just like keeping it open to anybody that wants to build or contribute or has an idea, definitely come and just, like let us know. And I think that's the magic is when we work together. We can do it all by ourselves and, definitely get it done. But I think it's better when we have more hands. I just think like uh our first CBD birthday was really like a lot of people helping out, which was really cool. And then yeah, if you haven't, I mean, I've got some ideas. I want to see this one a little bit different than in the past because we are a little different than we were in the past. So maybe let's start a thread in CBD Discord, I guess, and anybody that wants to help out, come be there. Be fun. Think about some ideas. I've got some ideas for the theme. If we want a theme, of course, birthday party has to have decorations and a theme. So, uh,
I don't know. I don't know if Oddjob is still in here. I gotta scroll, but I think he might like this. Like, 3 years. Like, is it time to upgrade our little like thumbnail image on our Discord to like from it being a little like little seedling to like maybe a young tree?
ooh, good point. I mean, there's something pretty magical in that one because it is the original, and it's got the animation to it.
Yep.
But like we really are different. I was thinking about that. Like Decentraland is not the same place it was 3 years ago. The things that we first discussed in here, those issues, some of them aren't even issues anymore. So I think it's a good time to come together and just talk about like the past and then the future. Like what is the future moving forward? Because the fact that Decentraland is still here, that there's still people who log into it, I think it's a testament to like what we have, because there's a whole lot of NFT projects that were ideated in 2017 that are not around.
Shit, there are a whole lot of projects that started last year that is not around right now. So I mean, like definitely the Centraland still holding strong through like through all these years. It's definitely a testament. As well as like even how us as a community like we're kind of like try to be involved in even the future of the platform's longevity, making sure that the lights will remain on for years to come. But but yeah, I mean, would love to kind of bring the crew back. Like how like in year one we like we had Madamus's help, and like he made sure that like the build was working perfectly, and he just executed everything so flawlessly. I mean, I got a taste of it yesterday with the beast meta beast roaming party. Like incredible person. He's just like like here, send me the file. I want to give you a gift, and he gave us a gift of awesomeness with multi screens, a confetti button, and what was it? Like there was also a screen reset button as well.
It was literally
Yeah,
amazing. It was I'm still so blown away by what he put together and like how fast deploy, fix, tested, hustle. Really and honestly one of the best sets we've had in any like straight up just absolutely cooked. So grateful, Madamus.
Go ahead, Vanessa. I thought I saw your mic on mute.
yeah. I was just gonna say like the stuff that Madamus did for the CBD birthday, the 1 year birthday was like it was pretty insane. Like the avatars that you walk in and you emote and they copy your emote, and then a translucent screen that runs like along the giant, I don't know, like multiple parts of the build, and then all of the actions. I don't know, just looking at some of the stuff that they did this, like last week for Fashion Week, where, what was it, I don't know, there was something I was thinking like, gosh, this is cool, but Madamus was doing something like crazy cool 3 years ago. So just, I don't know, like sometimes like sometimes you have those moments where you're just like, there's been some cool shit built here like a long time ago. Not even just cutting edge stuff though. I gotta throw props to Madamus. Like, I think that build was like underrated. The magic that he did, the coding that he did to that build. Like, actually, we should just bring that build back. Like, we don't even have to make a new one. That one was so awesome.
I would love to bring that build back and make like, updates and stuff to it. Like that, in all honesty, that would be perfect, Kanessa.
Yeah, because excuse me. Remember the cake too? There was a cake, and then
We clap.
Argent. Yeah, and then Argent built the whale, or like the whales, the SRJH, and Argent made, like, so there were multiple parts, multiple different places. On that note, I haven't heard from Argent. Anybody else hear from Argent?
No, I
Mm,
DM'd and I have not.
okay. Well, let's just keep them in our thoughts.
Of course, always. And once they're ready, they'll come back. But yeah, I mean, I yeah, we had the two-part, like there was the main build where like there was a birthday cake and you would clap to make it big, and then it would blow up and give you a wearable, and then there was like a whale that you had to like and I believe this was just like turned out to be a funny joke. It wasn't intentional, but it just turned out to be funny that we had to click on the whale's butt in order to be able to teleport to the other location. And then from there was a parkour, and once you reached the top, you got an emote.
That was some hard parkour. I remember that. I know it wasn't for you experts, but I was like, I don't think I can make this. And I finally did. Or no. The neighbor's building was really tall. You could climb up that and jump down. I think that was like the only way I was gonna make it.
Cheater.
I know I made it to the top, I think, but then after that, I had to get pictures or something. So I was like, no, I gotta go all the way back up there.
Okay. I'm sorry for calling you a cheater. But yeah, this build does bring back some very good memories, and in all honesty, like with the amount of assets that we have now, we would be able to deploy both builds on the same premise, wouldn't we?
We would, as long as we didn't go over the triangles and the memory and
Uh,
everything like that. I think it's just, I don't know, that whale build, that must have been some crazy triangles. Now I'm like, wait, those are pretty rounded, and there was a lot of them.
there's a lot of whales, and also you can spawn whales if you pressed E or something like that to like help you.
Triangle
What?
limitations are a lie. The career hub does not enforce those at all.
Okay, well, here we go.
I deployed a 100,000 triangle one by one just for like reference.
You just wanted to show the world that you can
No,
deploy
I just
100,000 triangle
I
parcels.
wish it had been a plan. I actually spent time cutting it down to like 90,000 because like I got over my megabytes, so it wasn't working, and I just thought that I was just barely over 10,000, and then I got it down to like 90, and I'm like, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's so big.
Yeah, don't upgrade to the new one because the new one is doing that. I noticed last week I could publish whatever I wanted. This week, because I've upgraded, I can't.
The new creator hub. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm trying
the 0.3 or 0.4, whatever we're at now. Yeah, it won't let
'Cause
you
I'm-
go over. It won't let you go over the triangles now.
I'll have to
Okay.
test this out when I get home because
What-
this is devastating news for the 1x1.
I'm trying to download it right now because it like I don't know, something happened with my shortcut, like the shortcut wouldn't work. So I'm trying to put it in and it's not working. So this looks like it's gonna be a fun endeavor, fun day.
Which one of you is going to teach me to Creator Hub?
You teach yourself like we did.
Yeah,
Get in there.
man.
Come
Get
on.
in there and start messing around.
That is
I'm sorry. Are you an idiot? Like I think you're not. I feel confident you can handle it. It's pretty. You've used Sims before, right?
to your question. Yes, I am an idiot. So there's that.
You played Roller Coaster Tycoon, right?
You know how helpful we are to somebody new coming in wanting to learn the creator hub, and then to
Yeah.
Sin, it's like, fuck you, dude. You're like, nah, come on, do it yourself. Like,
Well, okay, then I guess I'll just stick to my IWB. I if it's like Roller Coaster Tycoon or Sims.
The creator hub's the same exact way though. You need triggers, you need pointers, you need actions. It's all basically the same. They just use a little different verbiage.
Oh, good. So that means that IWB has a user for life then in me. Good morning, Julianne. Let's see. I see DJ CK as well. Thank you for joining us. Gleb. I always giggle when I see those owl PFPs. The silence feels loud. Is it time to end?
well, I think it is. I think, yeah, depending on how many people
Actually,
have
I'm
to deploy
cooking.
their scenes. Oh, go ahead, Stefano.
No, I said
I'm with
actually
Stefan.
I'm cooking.
I'm also busy. He's cooking. I'm working. We shouldn't. I don't have the space though. It's the only thing providing me any kind of entertainment and joy.
I mean, oh yeah, what were you gonna say, Canessa? I know I don't think you finished your thought, unless I'm just throwing you out on the spot now.
I'm just trying to download. For some reason, I don't know if it was the update that they did on the new creator hub, but my thumbnail or like the shortcut to take me there that I always use, it was like, do you want to remove this or something? So I guess I did, and then I'm trying to reinstall the creator hub, and so I'm not sure. It's like not quite working. So I personally need to like figure that out and spend some energy on that. And then yeah, I'm guessing other people might be deploying their scenes today. So I'm okay closing down early. Feels like kind of we talked about a lot of the current event stuff and not sure what else is coming up. I kind of think it's okay to have like a quieter week. We've had some busy weeks.
The first round of POI removals have passed. I want to know what the psychology is of when we needed people's votes. They weren't there, but once it was like, yeah, we've got enough VP with 3 people between you two and your like 460,000 VP and my 60. But now once that passed, like, oh yeah, there's HP, there's Web3 in it or whatever stupid Lord Likes name is. It's like, oh, now you guys are here. When it didn't matter, or when it mattered, couldn't find you for the life of you. But now that it doesn't matter, they're like, well, I want to make sure I vote with the winners. Pain in the ass.
That's definitely it. They want their community or connected to the community percentage to go up, or what is it called? It's called outcome match, I think, or personal match, something like that. No, the percentage that shows like how aligned you are with the community. I've seen it on some accounts.
I love that it shows how much I'm aligned with myself. It says you are 100% aligned with yourself. And I'm like, doggone it, that's the number that matters.
Well,
Because
no
someday if I
shit.
log in and it's like you're 98% aligned with yourself, I'm going to be starting to wonder who I am. Like, am I aligned?
No, but props to the people who voted, or the person who voted no on literally every one of them, even the DG ones that were like sold just because they hate me. I'm like, that is a commitment to not aligning with the community and your contempt. Like, even I have voted in support of people and things that I didn't like. I was like, well, like, it's gonna pass anyway, and I don't want my percentages to be worse because I already have a pretty bad aligned with the community percentage.
Nico put up a proposal, enable on-chain delegation support in Decentraland protocol. That
Is that
sounds like,
Nico or Nacho?
It was
Nacho. Sorry.
That's the
You're
dry
right.
version then, right?
That question is above my pay grade.
Because that was up before, and at first I didn't realize it was from Nacho or because I think he works at the foundation, doesn't he? He's like a
Yeah.
Because at first I thought it was just like one of those. Because like sometimes you just get crazy, like let's make names websites, or like let's make parcels like crypto nodes, like things that literally require like reworking the entire fabric of how everything is built. And I was like, and that's what I thought this one was at first. Like I don't know, like but when it comes to our foundations, like, oh okay. This is a good idea then. If you think it's possible, then sure, let's do something. Let's do it.
Yeah. What I envision it, I mean, this could be just very simple. I need to read it. First off, I need to read it. I haven't read it at all. By just the caption, the title, I'm thinking like, what are you gonna be able to like delegate people while on Decentraland or some shit? But I need to read.
I think like the POI, like what you talked about with that, I think we should, I don't know, like I think it would have been easier to nuke the whole system. Like I think that we need some other way of highlighting like parcels that are doing stuff, like doing events, but should be noteworthy, like, and I don't know how to do it, but I just feel like we need to really look at that system and change it up. Kind of like the event boards, like the fact that there's a scene that takes you to a blank parcel of land before it takes you to something that's like actively being used on a regular basis. It just, I don't know. I know they're trying to fix it, so I should just be patient and let them fix it. But yeah, I don't know. Got to put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah, I would agree that something just more curated and like more dynamic too. Because the other problem with the POI system is that like someone is active, they're doing cool stuff, but then they for whatever reason they decide they're just done doing stuff. But then it's like you gotta move heaven and earth and like hold a town meeting, hold out to like get the POI removed when it's just kind of like, come on guys, like hasn't logged in a year. Like why is he? What are we talking about? There shouldn't even be a debate. It requires zero. No one should need. Kim should just be able to take this away. But then it's centralized, and then we don't want that. We still have to just find that room between centralized convenience and decentralized, ability to make sure we're all it's heard, and you're not just being silenced by an authoritarian. But I don't know. I think that people can be a little too evangelical on the side of decentralization, as we know.
Well, and even like a better way to find stuff. Like I have an idea that I want to do for like an art gallery of like vintage old-timey photos. So like that is exciting to me. And I'm like maybe one of two people that would be excited by that. So let's say I put that in, and I'm not going to host like a regular DJ set, but I would love to like tell the world that that exists. But I don't want to like take up an event page because it's not going to be an event. It's so like I'm thinking more things like that people can go enjoy by themselves. It's not a party. It's not like a specific thing, but it's going to be, I mean, I guess just an art gallery. So it doesn't make sense to have it on the event board. But if I were to get a POI for it, I guess that's one way to do it. But I feel like they're just, our discoverability is like really poor for things like that. There's other, I explore a lot, and I found like other parcels of land that people should know about. Like you can search for it, but if you don't know that it exists, how would you even search for it? So I feel like maybe in Genesis Plaza, you could have a little place where you go and it's like art galleries. And then you have a list of people that have like put their art galleries out there for like Ocean Meta, the Jenko's underwater pictures. Like that was an amazing art gallery, but without having like a good way to find it, um it's the discoverability for places that aren't venues that have events like parties every week. How do they get classified and like found? I mean, I guess like it is under that section for art. Maybe you could find it there, but it just, to me, I'm like in my mind, like how do we bring traffic to the places that aren't as exciting as a club?
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah, the map thing is like those filters are pretty cool, and but like again, those are also kind of over cluttered because it's based just off of like when you make your build, you can just tag it as like this is art, this is a casino. So like when you go in and you look at casino, like it's a bunch of just all vacant and abandoned properties that don't work in SDK6, and then Cat House, who is technically not a casino, though I get why he's put himself into that kind of category, since I suppose there probably isn't another good option for strip clubs at this time. But again, that also I think it needs to be better curated because like it can't just be like like when you go to look at games, it's like a bunch of just it's not SDK6 builds or just like Avatar Life Gaming that like abandoned PCL ages ago. So like that also needs to be refined and curated. And I can understand why that's not like necessarily at the top of Kim's list because the second she starts that, she can cut out 99% of her choices can be great. She gets rid of like one person who's like, wait, I still do something every 3 months. They're gonna flame her in Discord for and then go on Twitter talking about how centralized the Centraland is. So like, there's little incentive for the people in positions of control to kind of invest time in that. But it is a good feature, and I definitely think it can be improved and built on to kind of help create what you're talking about. But it's just so cluttered with like old things that were made in like 2021 that like may or may not even work. Like Janko's build doesn't work. At least it didn't work for me. Like I went there and like not one photo loaded, and I was just like so sad because like I was like I don't want to put this up for a POI removal, but like this would be a terrible experience for someone to come. There's just like the only thing that still works is the GLB file of the shark sits there, but it doesn't swim anymore. You can't even see the water it used to be under. Just a bummer.
And that's the sad thing is like I don't want to vote, like I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but like I have to take the feelings out of this and be like what's best for Decentraland. And like I know that was a cool build. We all know that was a awesome build that like documents Jenko's underwater swimming with alligators and sharks. Like that's pretty cool. But at some point I think we do owe it to like the platform to just vote without feelings and say, hey, like the second you want to like update this, we like what can we help you with? Like, or maybe we need to be reaching out and be like, hey, we're gonna just temporarily disable this. Like we have people who can help you bring it over to the new SDK, and then as soon as you do, we'll like put your we will publish the POI for you. We'll get you back on the map. But I do think that there's some responsibility and like ownership that like if you want that POI, then there are some requirements. I don't think it's unfair to have expectations that if you want that honor of having a POI, that I mean, especially right now, like with the transition to the not even right now, like we moved to SDK 7 in September, so it's like 7 months. I mean, we're getting on 8 months. I think that's enough time to do that, but maybe we need to reach out and be like, hey, do you want help moving your scene to SDK 7? Because some people are like, I mean, so, like one person voted on their own to remove it because they don't want to, they just don't have the technical capacity to upgrade to the new SDK, and that's totally okay.
I still wonder why there's like people that would vote no to remove Sugar Club from POI. Like, it's a build I guess what would change my opinion on that is it an SDK 7?
No.
No, it's not. But that one is so historic. Like that one is so special. I did vote to remove it, but
Me
that's
too.
where we're running into two things at the same time. We're removing POIs, and we also did push that proposal to change the whole category recently. So it's like what are we trying to do? We're trying to do two things at once. I think it's okay to like remove them, but then we got to try to like put them back.
Yeah,
If
I agree.
but if we have a historical POI that takes you to a broke scene, then I don't know. Does that even like
Yeah,
are
exactly.
we
Does that
gonna
even look
update?
good?
Yeah, like we kind of have to update some of these old scenes to put a historical POI to tell people why it was important in 2020.
Yeah, like
Jared, you're
let them
hot micing.
or
Oh, dang it.
show.
I unmuted because I was going to say something, and then you guys tried to pivot it or start talking. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just keep working, and I absolutely forgot that I unmuted. Sorry. But yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I feel like people need to not take it personally, and like also remember, like, yeah, like once you're back to doing shit, we'll get you your POI again. It's not a forever choice.
Well, that's why it would be easier on people's emotions if we had just taken them all away. And I think we just collectively need to redefine like what does it mean to have a POI? Like, I think it
I,
should just, I don't
I
know. Go
mean,
ahead.
I mean, is it too late to take them all away? Could there be a proposal that
I
could be
spent
put
so
up and
much. I mean, listen. I've already got like half of them removed. Just let me finish. We're almost there. I've already made enemies of Wonder Mine and friends alike. Though, actually, I guess it would be cool if someone else just removed all the Stars District because I still can't bring myself to do that yet.
Well, that's why I wish we could do it without feeling bad. And like if we change the designation to like historical POIs like that, I think there should be a way to acknowledge it. But like really long term Decentraland, what are we, what are POIs going to look like in 5 years? Do we keep stars that were important, like because this was an important build in 2020? Because then it's like, well, do we say like, well, Cantina was really important in 2025, and like I don't know. I think collectively people have to decide how are we gonna like acknowledge the places along the way. And to be honest, Old Guy's idea is one of the best ideas we've had. A museum to pay homage to all the cool shit that has been here as it changes and grows.
Yeah, part of the problem with DAOs is that like it's like everyone like nothing is set in stone. Anything can change. Like one person voted no on removing Wonder Mine's POI. That same person will also go on a rant about how they got overpaid and deserved their grants. But like, well, no, I'm voting no because it still works on the like. I can't remember what word they used for like the sunset one, but they put it in quotes for like the depreciated client. Like that's not working. You can't say like, oh well, it still works on the thing we don't use anymore. Like that's not what working is. But it's like at the same time, it's a DAO. Like I don't feel like you can't just tell somebody like, "Hey, you're breaking the rules." There are no rules.
Yeah, and like honestly, we have I mean, I wish we had like millions of users that could weigh in on this, but we're such a small group. So to like alienate the few builders that are here, like I think we have to be really careful to I don't know, to like proceed delicately. Because there's people that have put they've put a lot of time and effort into their builds, and yeah, I don't know. I wish there was more support in getting the POIs converted to SDK 7. Like maybe that's where we should have focused the energy first when transitioning to SDK 7. I don't know. I could go off on that, I guess.
damn,
There's,
I'm sitting over here like I feel like the complete opposite. Like or not complete opposite. I'm like you mentioned like those individuals that have put in so much time for their build, but if it's broken, obviously they haven't. In my thoughts.
I know, but I think it's also it's broken. It was not broken before the transition to SDK7, and I'm thinking like a
That was
big
like
player like
a
DG
long.
that you know. I'm just thinking about the way that they were, told about the new sunsetting the SDK6 and the transition to SDK7. So I think maybe things could have been done differently, like throughout this entire process. Definitely.
Okay, yeah. When we speak of bigger things like DG, yes, definitely the foundation dropped the ball on that one with like just like basically telling their biggest investors, user base, community base, game that like, oh yeah, we're doing this and you have no opinion on it. Okay, good luck.
It was actually worse than that because I brought to Ryan's attention the COO to Central Games, like, hey man, like they're going to be sunsetting SDK6 and DG is going to get screwed. And he's like, well, that sounds real bad. Let me look into this. And he reached out to someone at the foundation who told him, like, no, like Jared's blowing this out of proportion. You're not going to like, yes, we're moving, doing this, but like SDK6 will be fine. Like literally, like I
So
remember,
foundation gaslighted.
yeah, like I'm sure I can find in the DG Discord where Ryan was like replied to me, be like, "No, Jared, I asked about this, and I think you're mistaken." I'm like, "But who told you that?" And he was like, "The foundation." I'm like, "Oh, I mean, maybe I misunderstood, I guess, but I did
So
not."
like we're looking back at like what, maybe like a 2-year timeline here, where from the shift. Was it in 2023 that it happened?
It was in the autumn of 2023 when they started working on it. And I
Okay.
think they put 1 or 2 people on that, but I don't think that I think they did a little bit of work before they disclosed it to everybody that it was going to be. I think wasn't it like around New Year's that I think they made the announcement.
Okay. And I mean, if I'm not mistaken, like it was a different foundation structure at the time. It like Yamel hadn't taken over. Uh, I have to give Yamel his flowers.
No, Yamel took over by the Yamel was definitely in
Yeah.
charge during the
Yeah, he was
whole.
there.
He was there. Okay.
It was I just speaking with Aga and Nico about it. Like I mean, I don't begrudge them. Like they needed to do something. Like something needed to change. But with everything, like it's not the final product, it's how you get there. And so I think that that's the part where I think there's just a lot of confusion within the foundation at the same time. Like also we have to remember that was right after they laid off 30% of the workforce. So there was like internal restructuring on top of deciding to build a new client. So I don't know. I mean, I think at this point we have to just be like, that's the past, like what happened, it happened. But now this is where we are today. And how do we move forward? Like, how do we move forward with the POIs? Not even, I mean, even if we just forget about those, how do we just continue to make building the way we've seen it in the past like month with a lot of like people like privately motivated to just learn new stuff? How do we just keep that momentum and keep it moving forward?
Well, I mean, we've been doing it ever since the transition happened. Like here at CBD, we've endured the trenches. Like literally, it has not like if you look back at the Central Land maybe 7 months ago, it's it wasn't not very easy to be here 7 months ago. Like between like just people talking shit, media talking shit. Uh, yeah, uncertainty with the platform itself. So, I mean, I think we're definitely in the better place than we were in the past.
But if we are going to be giving out flowers to anyone, I feel like Kim deserves her flowers because, like, I feel like I don't know exactly when she became head of marketing and really took over the reins. But I feel like she kind of was like in that transition period. Like she wasn't running comms at the start of announcing the rollout for SDK7. I feel like she was still like I don't know the exact timeline, but that's my sense of it. Maybe I'm totally wrong, and in the way that Simple thought Mel was here, I was off. But I feel like she's really helped kind of communicate things better and more effectively. So hopefully she doesn't get a better job offer.
I know there was a period of time where she was doing multiple jobs because there was, staffing changes, and she was doing the role of multiple jobs. I think that bringing Dana on was an amazing acquisition. like, uh, Dana's got the energy I wish I had after like 5 cups of coffee. I still don't have her energy. And then, yeah, like the recent addition of Dr. Krillo, like, kudos to him. He gets to inherit all of us being like, well, I think we should make the Creator Hub do this. But if you haven't met with him yet, like, I think he's going to be our go-to guy between, the community and the devs and trying to get everything to work.
Yeah, he's the one that reached out to me for joining the egg hunt. So if I didn't mention it yet, the foundation is going to be a part of it as well. So that's kind of cool. And I think, oh, nope, thought my Dr. Drip shirt was here, but it's still revealing.
Don't you hate that when you get the package and then it's not the package you're hoping for?
Even worse, it's not even my package; it's my roommate's.
I love it how like we were like in the process of like winding down, and then all of a sudden we got into the conversation of POIs and the philosophy of POIs to like the pains that we've had in the last like year in the last few years to like what we're starting to see now. Like, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. This is where we're about to reach our 3 hour mark, so we're about to get to the good part.
Okay, but can anybody tell me how to make a scene in Creator Hub and like tell it what size I want it to be? Because it doesn't give me an option. It only gives me one parcel of land, and I need.
No. When you
Dang.
click on scene, if you click like on the left, that if you click
Yeah.
on that, there will be the layouts tab on your right, and then you can do like the numbers, the drop downs for like one by one. You can make it whatever. Then you have to hit like save or select before you switch out of that tab, or it will revert back to one by one.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yep, found it. Thank you.
And if you have an oddly shaped one like an L, you have to do select, of course, more parcels than you have, but then you tap on them in the shape they are, so that you're only selecting. So for the L, you have to select the, what is it, 2x3 or 3x2. So you have 6 parcels, but then you click the 4 that are in your L shape or whatever odd shape else you might have. If that makes any sense.
That does. I gotta take the L. Okay. Got it. Interesting. Lots and lots of interesting stuff. It worked. I'm just wishing that I could like rotate my scene outside of Blender, because now I'm like, okay, am I gonna have to rotate everything? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna make you guys hunt for the entrance. So it's gonna be hard to find because I'm lazy.
It does. You can't use the numbers to do it, but if you select every single asset on your map, you can use the little rotator like circle gizmo to rotate the whole scene. If you try to use the numbers, it will lose its mind because it'll be like, well, this thing you had rotated down to 270, and this thing was rotated 90 already, and now you're just saying rotate 90, and everything breaks. But if you take the little gizmo and do it, you can rotate an entire thing. That said, I've also had some bugs happen when I try to select every single thing on my parcel. So your mileage may vary.
Gotcha. I think I'm just gonna leave it. You guys are gonna have to walk an extra 30 feet to get to the door. Sorry.
Yeah, so you speaking about that kind of like scared me a little bit about like how would I build on my estate if I wanted to keep it as an estate? It'd be like hard to like just, get the dimensions of it and the curves and the, you know.
I
I
think
also
you'd honestly be easier to like take apart the build, like take the little odd parcels off. But I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do with it.
I have learned that using the Creator Hub, you do not actually need to make an estate to like publish a 2x2 scene, for example. Like I bought my 4 little parcels to make a 2x2, but you can just publish right onto them. So I would argue your best bet is probably to just unestate it, and then you can just publish kind of. You have to make sure you remember which things are on it because if you overlap, it'll destroy your other stuff. But you don't need estates. Seemingly are a relic of the past almost.
The search for a building platform continues.
Yeah, Sin, just what One Existence was talking about. It's real simple, with that odd, because where the pyramids are, that's odd too. You literally just count north how many squares you have, west how many squares you have, and then you just go through and click on the ones that you don't actually own, and it'll come up one full scene for you.
I'll have to try it. It's a weird shape. I don't know if I can trust myself to get it perfect.
Well, Mike, people will be in the CBD later today. I have an eye appointment in about an hour. So after that, to help with the egg hunt, if anybody still needs help, there'll be people, I'm sure, that can help you get that figured out.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to put a standby screen on the stream and go test my third deployment that should be good to go on 2.0.
Yeah, like one said, anybody that needs help, I will pop in there. And we can do it either way. If you want to do it through In-World Builder, or if you want to do it through Creators Hub, we can do it either way. And One Existence, you're all set if you didn't see the message.
I did, and as Sinful said earlier, thank you for all your help with not just me, but everybody that you too. So much appreciated.
So good news, everyone. My third build is functioning in 2.0. So yay! Victories all around. You don't have to worry about me. One exists.
Good. The less I have to, the better.
I will set an alarm for 1 a.m. this morning so I can get up and go claim my own egg, and then you can confirm it worked. So that way, if it doesn't work, because that's how I do my QA, on the streets.
Damn, Jared's in the trenches doing his QA.
I feel kind of guilty because I did point out the value of QA. Having worked in quality assurance on video games in the past, I know it's a need, but it is also so annoying, and I get why developers don't want to deal with it because I'm like, oh, QA, that's not the fun part.
I feel like Zesty has the same opinion. Like he's like, I swear I've heard him say a million times. Like the Central Land needs a good QA team.
It 100% does need a QA team for practices. Like, it doesn't feel like they have a staging environment like where they can full on just have like a private little version of the Central Land where they can then go and push these things and see for breakage. I would love to see the test suites they've gotten written up, like the documentation for the things they're actually testing every time. Like, because like for example, with the block feature, like they clearly didn't test like doing emotes 2.0 near users you have blocked, because if they had, they would have clearly seen like, oh, I can see that dude's easel. Like, it's just certain things should just be on the, like, every time you're testing a new feature, you should be seeing how does it work with emotes. And like, it seems to me like they aren't doing that. Though the way I articulated it last time, Kim accused me of being mean. So I guess I have to work on how to express my desire to see a better QA practices.
Maybe get into a phone call with them. Maybe if they hear you and the tone that you're using, opposed to like them assuming the tone that you're using.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I could probably not. You don't. Well, I don't remember what hyperbolic thing I said about I'm sure I didn't say they should be dragged out and shot, but I bet you whatever choice of words I used were probably not weren't kind words, but in a tone if heard, you'd be like, oh, okay, I see. You don't actually want to drag me out and shoot me. At least I'd hope they would understand that.
uh, well, okay, so we have hit our 2 hour and 18-minute mark. Vanessa, do you have any pressing topics you would like to cover today?
Nope, I think that's it. I'm just testing my little scene, and I think it works great because it's just going to be. You're just going to have a lot of patience. That's all. It's not difficult.
Wow, Vanessa, you didn't even want to discuss like the universal circumference of a donut?
Nah, I'm just going to eat
Disappointed.
that. I'm just going to eat that.
I'm just gonna eat the donut.
I'll be honest.
Cock and balls.
Glad when this one's done. Yeah, cock and balls. Everybody that just came late to the space is like, what? What did they say?
This is not a
The
family
magic is
friendly
in the
space.
hole.
It
Keep it
sure
family
is.
friendly. Nicky 30. Okay, guys, let's talk about the Minecraft movie. Why aren't you guys like more excited about the Minecraft movie?
First off, I don't know what a chicken butt is or a chicken
Jockey.
jockey, and I don't know why people are throwing food at theaters because of a chicken jockey, or I don't know why someone brought a chicken to the
Do you want
theater.
to know why? Do you know why you don't know that shit? It's because you're getting old.
No,
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
guys,
how he
that's
finds
why we
out.
don't know what chicken jockey means because we're getting old.
no.
Yeah.
Well, can you explain the food because it's obviously adults throwing it?
No, I can't. I can't even explain what chicken jockey is. I've asked the expert and they're like, "Mom, it's chicken jockey. It's a meme." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then I'm
Okay,
like, "I
you just
don't
accept
understand
it.
it any better now." Did I just dox myself?
Oh man, yeah, you doxed your first name, Mom. So yeah, there's that. But you did that earlier, though.
I did. But I'll tell you what, you guys, I can't. Oh my god, like you gotta go see it because the pig scene. Like I can't even talk about it without choking up. They're walking through the village, and a pig comes out wearing a crown, and the kid's like, "Is that a king?" And Jack Black's like, "No, that's a legend." And I'm like, oh my god, because like if anybody knows Technoblade never dies. Like he was the biggest Minecraft streamer, and his logo was the pig with the crown, and he lost his battle with cancer, and like so there's this whole this thing in the Minecraft community like Technoblade never dies. Like if you guys want to go mint his name in Decentraland, you can't. I already secured him a spot in Decentraland forever because Technoblade never dies. But like they put him in the movie, like that was freaking amazing. So like
It is actually it is sweet that they included their community in that fashion. I do agree with you. I feel like it's hard to appreciate the context of that. Like I didn't realize Technoblade died or even had cancer. I do know who Technoblade was because of my love of Mr. Beast content, and he did a lot of like collabs on his gaming network with Technoblade. So but yeah, no, I do agree that it is cool that they actually honor their community in that fashion. So that is nice.
Yeah, like it's 2 seconds, but like they put it in, and there's so many Easter eggs in that. Like, if you're a Minecrafter, like, I think I used to play more Minecraft than Decentraland. Like I'm I'm a lifer. I would love to show you guys my world, but like I said, there's like two people that would be like, "Wow, Kanessa, that was great that you spent that much time on creating a digital world." Like, and those
Until you met Mew.
nah, those my kids and I would build on it. I've only ever done one world, and I think I've like over 500 megabytes of data. Like I've only like when I got my Switch, I made a world and I've never gone to another world. Like that's the only world I've ever built. And like it's ginormous. Like I literally made it working a functional train that goes across the ocean. And for anybody that knows how much iron and redstone you got to mine, because I wasn't on creative either. I like the kids are always like, "Ma, can we go on creative?" No, you
I'm gonna be
don't go
honest
on
with you, Vanessa.
creative.
I don't think any of us know what kind of commitment
Yeah,
you put into that, but it
yeah,
sounds difficult.
you
Isn't there
guys.
somebody in Decentraland that they hung out in the CBD a while ago who created some huge immaculate Minecraft thing?
I think
Is
that
that
was me. I don't think I
no?
don't
This was a guy because he did speak.
um I know
And
for a
make
while we were talking about like maybe Brandon, but like we were talking about making a server, a Minecraft server. Like I thought it'd be cool to go and like because some of the topography is like Decentraland themed colors. So I was thinking of like onboarding the Minecrafters to Decentraland via a server, but then I realized that still wouldn't really work. So I don't know who was it.
for the life of me, I can't remember what their name was. But I know they hung out in the CBD Discord voice channel for a while. I remember talking to them, and I went and looked at what it was that he had built, and I forget what happened with it too. I forget everything else. So I know that's not much help, but
Well, I think if you guys get the chance to go see the movie, I'd say I give it a 10 out of 10. Like there were funny parts that you you might only get it and like enjoy it if you're like a freaking Minecrafter. Because like there's a part where Steve turns around and he's in full diamond armor and he looks absolutely ridiculous. But like if you've ever gotten full diamond armor on survival, you'd be like, dang, look at that guy. Like, oh my gosh, he works so hard. Ah. Yeah, I should go see it with people that actually care.
I still want Decentraland the musical.
You should make that happen. I was thinking about that this week. I was watching a real life musical, thinking about Decentraland the musical.
Yeah, time to re-explore the idea. One exists.
I had probably briefly the biggest part I needed, and that was uh, someone to help write the music and somebody who was wanting to write their first musical, but they were too busy with other things, so
Yeah.
they had to back out because I had them on board for a hot second.
On behalf of Fancy, I would just like to say gay, because I feel like that I can just hear Fancy saying that to me about way less musical related topics. And I feel like Fancy would want to say that. Just so,
Fa-
if I'm wrong, I apologize, Fancy, but I feel like Fancy's spirit needs that said.
you know what? Fancy has said that word in like multiple instances where like I had never would have expected it to come from him, and it was epic.
That said, I say enjoy your musicals, and you shouldn't use these kinds of words as insults. As in the spirit of Michi Todd, I'd like to say, listen, that's not cool. You shouldn't say that. I remember tweeting at Wheel of Time actually back in the day, and Fancy replied that way, and then Michi was like, you can't. It was just very uncomfortable for me to be there as the like sounding platform for this conversation between two very comfortable proud gay men be debating the use of it as an insult. Like, can you guys just make it clear to anyone who comes across this thread it's not my fault? Thank you.
You're like, you're the straight male, and you're just like, can you guys just come to a conclusion so I know when to use it or not?
Yeah, like if Fancy can't say it, we're all screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
God, I miss Fancy.
I'm surprised nobody said anything about my sailing excursion I went on last night in Decentraland.
you went sailing last night?
And you brought your
Yeah.
laptop?
I was on my laptop.
Did you learn any sea shanties?
Oh my God, sea shanty. That's funny. I get that. That's a you had to be there at a shorty shit show space to get it, but
Do sea shanties have a huge comeback for a hot second? Like I feel like over COVID, I don't really understand how that happened. But...
now
Are you talking about the Weathermen?
our
The
friend
Weathermen?
from the Green Isle would say Limerick, not sea shanty, which really infuriates us. I know
that's
it's not
what
right.
a limerick is, though.
I know, right?
Oh.
But he also he also hates it when we talk about corned beef and cabbage because that's not Irish either.
Yeah, there are more people like in America who claim to be Irish than there are Irish people, which I always think is a fun statistic.
There might be more people of Irish heritage in America than Ireland. Like when I went to Portugal, everybody I met was from Brazil, and they're like, "Yeah, more people speak Portuguese in Brazil than in Portugal."
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, your logic is pretty sound, but...
Like there's probably more people, I mean, probably more. I don't know the population of England versus the US, but there's probably more English speakers in the US than there are in England.
Not if you ask the English about how well they're speaking their language, though,
Not if you're in Miami.
No me gusta.
Exactly.
So I guess what you're saying is that the Twitter space is winding down.
The Twitter space is
that's
winding
how we're
down.
saying it.
Yes, it's definitely winding down. And I just have to say, I am very thankful that all of you have come up here and spoken with us for the last 2.5 hours. So, as a special treat to you all, I will allow you a couple minutes for final thoughts. One exists. Go ahead.
I have none.
Not a thought in mind?
No, I'm dead.
Well, get a little bit of rest and get back into CVD Discord to help out with any like final deployment fires.
Yeah, and I have to activate it later tonight too. So
Yep.
less than 12 hours.
At 12 a.m. Mountain Time. That's when you deploy. Jared, final thoughts?
I think it was a lovely couple of hours with you folks, and I don't have anything else pertinent. We talked with POIs. Shout out to everyone who stuck with us through the ADHD insanity. Have a lovely rest of your weekend.
You too, Jared. And yeah, finish off the shift strong and get home and enjoy your Saturday. Old guy, final thoughts?
Yeah, enjoy the weekend and get them eggs. Oh, and don't forget, tomorrow is Easter. Everybody needs to grill something.
And here I thought you were going to say go to church.
Well, yeah,
420.
Is Easter a grilling holiday?
Yeah, you grill bunny.
Every holiday is a grilling holiday.
Okay, that's my bad. I apologize.
Yes.
That was a dumb question. You're right.
Every holiday.
But I feel like Easter is a holiday where it's like extra acceptable to eat rabbit.
Hassenpfeffer. And even those small government holidays, those are holidays to grill on.
Small government holiday. What would be a small government holiday?
Oh, it used to be that
Flag
one
Day.
guy's day,
Ask
but it's
Jared.
Indigenous Peoples Day, Juneteenth,
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Washington's birthday.
You're gonna get canceled so
Um,
fucking hard trying to throw Juneteenth in there, my man. That's a new one. That's
that's a
brand
freaking
new.
holiday.
Yeah,
Grill,
it's brand new.
barbecue.
Yeah, get your mind out of the grill, Jared. We're barbecuing on Juneteenth. And
Yeah,
sorry,
you could
Gold
almost
Guy.
say all. No, never mind. Oh, never mind.
Old Guy, were you finished with your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm done.
All
Hanukkah's got
right.
8 days. You got to grill on there. So how's
No,
that?
you got a point.
Well, I never mind.
He's just like, I'm just not gonna get into this one right now. Maybe later in the CBD Discord. So if anyone would like to listen to this, maybe I can instigate it later on tonight while both individuals are in in the chat. Vanessa, final thoughts.
I made Jared leave the CBD Discord voice channel. So how you like that one?
That's a little. I mildly stretching it, but I mean, your anxiety did eventually get me to go. You know, what, I can't help him. In any form or fashion, I should just escape for everyone's benefit.
Sorry, Canessa.
It's all good. It's all good. I think just anybody that wants to do something for CBD birthday, hit us up. We're gonna move forward fast, furious, and if you want on this crazy train, you get on it. If not, just chill and show up and be safe wherever you go. If you're traveling for the holidays, be safe, and we'll see you next week.
Will there be helmets? Will we be breaking shit,
There
Canessa?
better be. There better be. If I catch you without your helmet, I'll let you just guess what happens. 'Cause that's no zero tolerance.
Yep. We could get OSHA called on us if we don't have a helmet.
Worse, I'll just backhand you. I'll make OSHA feel like a sunny vacation.
Now that's definitely an OSHA violation. Or is that HR instead? Wait, you are HR. Fuck. Anyway. Yeah. Awesome space today, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And Beyond the NFT Monday, I set up the interview. I still have to double or triple confirm, but we have Batturn joining us for Beyond the NFT. I don't know much about Batturn. All I know is that there is some Brave connection going on there, and I plan to find out more. So yep, join us on Monday at Meta One Design headquarters on Decentraland and all streaming platforms for another episode of Beyond the NFT, and we will get down to the bottom of who our new Pelican friend really is. All right. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your Easter weekend. And we'll be back here next week at noon Eastern, a Saturday noon Eastern for another community building Decentraland space. Take care. Bye.
All right, I am back, friends. That was awesome. That was awesome. Thank you so much for all of your time, especially on this, holiday weekend. So let us, I guess on Twitch, we can look for a streamer to raid. Uh, on If anyone is listening on Party, do you know how I can raid? I forgot how to raid. Maybe was it like /raid or something like that? What's up, buddy Christ? Are you streaming? Maybe I could raid it back to you. Nope, I don't see you're live. Oh man, Dad Mode taught me how to raid the other day, but I forgot. Oh no. All right, we'll just work on the Firefly piano. Let's see who else. That idiot bass player. He's not an idiot. That's just his name. Blared Without Fear. What kind of content you making today, my friend? What kind of podcast you hosting?
Drums keep pounding a rhythm
Help
to the
support
brain.
channel donating. I'm Blared Without Fear. I stream
Sometimes the greatest
podcasts,
rush
The Blair Cave, and Nerd Culture.
is not rushing at all.
Every week.
The beat goes on.
The all-new 2025 Nissan Murano, your oasis, free from new tariffs.
I got used to raid.
She would have a tan.
Let's see. Come over here. And I don't have any viewers to raid over there. I'll raid myself over there. Thank you very much.